Welcome to Senior Insights. I'm really excited to be here. The last night on the Scoop, I was like out to lunch or something. Look at my hair. Anyway, welcome to Senior Insights. My name is Cynthia, and we meet every morning, Sunday through Monday, and we have another gathering in the afternoon around 3 o'clock. It's kind of disguised. It's actually called The Scoop, but it has different titles of some things that we talk about. So hopefully, you might become interested in that. So I have done a little bit of preparing. I bet you're surprised. For those of you that are new, I just kind of wing it, so we don't ever know what's going to come out of my mouth. Does everybody have their coffee? I'm having tea today, and I drinks a lot of tea, which I don't like. I know Betty Sue likes a lot of tea, but I don't. But I'm drinking it. I thought this was very appropriate for all the things that we talk about. We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. How true is that? I mean, you can't help 7,000 viewers on this channel. I can't help 7,000 viewers. I just want to help one. But we can all do something. Do you know that I was practicing trying to smile at every stranger I saw? I did it several weeks ago, and then I did it again fairly recently. And the thing that has been a consistent is that many of them look away. They don't want to have any eye contact, or they don't want to have to respond in a nice way, I guess. But the other thing is, I forgot in the middle of my experiment to do it, because it doesn't come natural. You have to think about it, and you have to make a conscious effort to do it. It's called that mindfulness thing that we've been talking about over and over again. You have to know what your intention is. So it didn't work. I did it a couple of times, and then I got distracted, maybe buying vegetables in the grocery store or something, and then before you know it, I'm going out to the car, and I said, I didn't do it. I just did a couple. Not good. I found some people on this channel in the comments that are subscribers that I have not promoted, so I'm going to just mention their names. I haven't investigated their channels thoroughly, but I had apparently subscribed to one of them. One of the videos names, one of the channel's names is Writing Life's Next Chapter. And she has some interesting videos. I just kind of browsed at it, but I think you might be interested in seeing some. She has them kind of in categories, or maybe it's a playlist of mood and of a lot of things. And then there's another one, We Are Better Together. And she's kind of similar. Wait a minute, back to Writing Life's Next Chapter. This lady, when she retired, I think I've seen one of her videos. She went to Mexico to retire. And while she was in Mexico, she lost her wallet or something, or it got stolen or whatever. So she has the whole story of that saga, and she has a fairly new channel, so I think that story alone would be interesting. And then about Linda's Romper Room and Wild West with Tracy. I actually said it right this time. Anyway, if I think of other ones, we have other people. Dear Heart Art Studio. She is a member of this community. I cannot find her YouTube channel. She says she has a channel, and I tried finding it and I couldn't find it. So I'll have to try and connect with her and see if she can give me a link or something, because I searched for it and I just couldn't get it. So anyway, well, what do all these things have to do with anything? Well, they're a little bit about kindness, because we just talked about being kind to others and stuff, and we've talked about it in the past, and we are kind to each other for the most part. This channel, the community in this channel is very, very nice. I know they're very nice to me. And never mind, I'm not going to say that because it was a negative thing. It was a negative thought that came into my mind. We don't want that. We want happy, 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 joy, joy, joy. No, we don't want that either. I want it to be real. I want it to be real, but not, fall down, drop dead, depressing. I mean, I bet we could all tell depressing stories. One of these days, we're going to do a video on winding roads and hills and mountains and valleys, and that was a comment on one of Jonah's pictures. And I said, oh, that's really nice. That's what life is like. Winding hills, rivers, valleys, mountains. We climb up the mountains, and then we have to go down again. And then we get even. You should see the graphs on YouTube. I wish I could show you them. I know other people do screenshots and stuff, but I don't know how to do it. Just to show you the ups and the downs. And it's graphed out for you. And so it tells you what time your viewers are watching, which time is the busiest time and all that stuff. It goes up and down and up and down. What you want is a gradual up. But that does happen too. So, I'm not saying this channel is in trouble or anything. But, well, they're in trouble because I'm trying to run it. I'm so excited about Dustin helping me, though. You don't have any clue. So, has anyone ever heard of ants on a log? I seem to like to talk about ants. What's with me? Ants. I was cleaning today, because my sisters are coming. And I have this trunk. Like one of those old-fashioned, like, train trunks or whatever. I don't know. I never used one. But it came from my grandmother's room. She had a room that was kind of off, out of the way, kind of. It was my grandfather's room, actually. They didn't sleep together. And they were pretty young. So I didn't know what that was all about, but apparently she didn't like to be near him. She used to make him smoke he smoked a cigar, and she used to make him go out under the porch to smoke his cigar. Anyway, what does that have to do with anything? What was I talking about? Could you tell me? See, if we were doing a live, you could just tell me. But we're not doing a live. I don't know if I'll ever be alive enough to do a live again. It was kind of fun, though. I'm wasting your time by just drinking my tea and not having anything to say. No, I do have things to say. Do you know that... Did any of you watch the Outlander show? It was a series it was a time travel series. It was actually very, very good. And I watched most of it. I think it was 6 years of episodes. Does anyone know? And I kind of trailed off towards the end. I kind of got sick of it. But, and then I didn't have the channel. But my boyfriend and I used to watch it. That mystery man. I don't want to say his name because he might be here. And Debbie from Kentucky Life with Debbie is after him. So I have to be careful what I say. But there's a sequel. But actually, it's not a sequel. It's a prequel. if you're interested and if you watched it's worth watching, in my opinion. There's a lot of sex, some that you wouldn't approve of, some very romantic. Only you know if you could watch it or not. But if you get beyond that, it's just, the story is great. So that is premiering August 8th. And unfortunately, I forgot what cable channel it's on. It's not on a cable, it's on a streaming thing. And I think that it was on Hulu, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. One of my kids was paying for it, and then they dropped it, so I didn't have access to it anymore. Plus, they're cracking down on all that stuff. I used to have all kinds of channels that my kids would set up on my TV, but it didn't last very long. So I wanted to tell you that, and then I wanted to tell you, do you know what things started this week? Well, I don't know if they were this week, but this month. I'm getting this information from the Woman's World, which I did a lot of in-services last month, and I call them in-services, and someone pointed out to me that that's what nurses call them, and that's true. If you're a nurse, and especially if you work in a nursing home, you have to go to in-services on everything and anything. There's a certain requirement for in-services, and nurses in most states have to get continuing education credits, so they call those, sometimes we call those in-services. I used to give in-services on wound care, and I was a staff development person one time giving in-services. So that word kind of comes out of my mouth, but it's really, we're just chatting here. So this month in June, Dick Clark's Bandstand premiered. And let me see if I can see what the date was. He premiered on ABC in 1957. So I was only 9 years old. How old were you? Because I remember American Bandstand. I think I remember a lot about it. I wonder when it stopped. I should have prepared better. Somebody look it up while we're talking and see if you can put it in the comments when they stopped. And then there was Paul McCartney. He had McCartney from the Beatles. He announced a new band called the Wings, and that was in 1971. And his wife, actually, Linda McCartney, was in that one. And then the Twist. Chubby Checker and the Twist. I used to love the Twist. I don't think we've talked about the Twist when we've been talking about other dances. I could twist in my chair. But remember, you go down to the floor and then you come back up. And some people didn't know how to do it, and they'd be going like that. The Twist, you're supposed to rotate your waist around somehow. Anyway, Chubby Checker. Now, another interesting thing is, I wonder, how, I'm sure he's long gone, but when he passed away. So that took off in 1960. And that seems too long for me, too. Well, then I was in the 6th grade, because I graduated from the 8th grade in 62. But I love the Twist. Well, it's kind of a lasting dance. Even at weddings, they still play it, and when you go to gatherings and stuff. The kids today, they don't know what they were missing with all the dances that we had. Somebody said they used to dance the rumba and all kinds of things that I couldn't remember. The Watusi. Remember the Watusi? I remember the name. I don't remember the dance. And then someone else showed me the disco, some of the moves with the disco things, what I was trying to say. Remember the Rubik's Cube? Well, that was invented, it was patented this month someplace. My son Dustin, the one you've all met, he was addicted to the Rubik's Cube. He would do that over and over again, and his hands would go like this, and he could solve it. And of course, he would time himself, and each time would get faster and faster and faster. I don't know how they can do that. I tried doing it. I couldn't get two colors together. But I know kids his age really did it. Did you guys have a Rubik's Cube? Were you able to do it? Or were your kids able to do it? Then he goes to college and he wrote a manual, step-by-step, how to do it. So I thought that was kind of funny when I saw the Rubik's Cube. Desperation. I'm desperate to find things to talk to you about, as you can tell. No, I have other things, but I'm not going to talk about them today. Well, I might talk about this one. In Woman's World as well. I don't know, do any of you get the magazine? I haven't gotten an AARP magazine since Clint Eastwood was on it. What's that all about? I mean, and that was a long time ago when, not Clint Eastwood, who was it? The guy with the white suit. Oh my gosh. Anyway, this is a pup called a dog. I mean, since we like dogs and since we're showcasing dogs, this is a golden doodle. His name is Josh. His name is Josh. And Josh has a disability. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's a motor skill deficiency in his brain. His brain doesn't tell him how to walk or to move his legs and stuff. So this woman who is into dogs, and she was kind of intrigued by the fact that he had a disability, and she decided that she was going to take him on and adopt him. And so she did. And, you know, it was kind of rough at first because they had to figure out what his needs actually were. But he's a beautiful dog. He's a golden dog, and he's a golden doodle, and he's got that kind of rusty color, and he's not trimmed at all. He's just really shaggy, and he looks, remember the shaggy dogs, he kind of looks like that, but you don't see those around, do you? What did they call those? No. Yeah, English sheepdogs. I haven't seen one of those in ages. I wouldn't want one in my house. The hair must be horrendous. But anyway, they eventually started, I don't know if it was a YouTube channel or a TikTok channel, just for the fun of it, kind of like me, just for the fun of it. And everybody loved him. And he just radiated joy and happiness, and he obviously didn't complain about his disabilities. He was functioning very well. They got him a walker for his rear end that lifted it up so that he could walk. They take him on hikes. They put him in a backpack. They're a very active family and a loving family, and they have pets. They've rescued a lot of animals before, but they had no clue how popular this dog would be. But he's reaching millions of people, mostly disabled people, mostly a lot of children that are disabled. But he's an encouragement to these people. So he had so many followers and stuff, and I'm sure they must have got grants or some money, or maybe they had money themselves, but they bought a tour bus. And they take him around, and they, you know, let people interact with him and get to know him and get their picture taken with them. And I'm sure, you know, they ask for donations. I don't think they charge anybody. And all the donations or money that they collect goes into a fund for disabled dogs. So apparently people come from far and wide to see the dog. Some of them cry when they see them. That's going to happen. If we see each other, we'll all be all crying. I've been kind of weepy lately because I've been getting I got a really very kind comment today that I got a little misty-eyed again. I'm starting to do that a lot with you guys because you make me feel that way. So what does he do? So he just goes around, and mostly he meets kids. And the author of this, who is the mother, says, through all of our differences, we all desire to be seen, to be valued, and to be loved. And I thought that that was really a good message. And she also shared what Josh, the dog, teaches, how he teaches to celebrate our differences. And so, you know, I mean, it generalized and it relates to people with disabilities, and not all of us have disabilities. Some of us have disabilities that are creeping up. Some people have real disabilities. They have to use a walker or a wheelchair or an electric scooter, or they can't get out of bed, or they have to have help getting out of the chair and into the chair and all that. So yeah, some of us have disabilities, and I think I'm working on a few myself. But his first thing is practice self-compassion. You have to be able to accept that you're different. Imagine those little kids that are born without any arms or legs, and they go on to be mothers, and it's incredible. So, studies have shown that self-compassion is associated with higher self-esteem, and loving every part of you is a booster. And it's a confidence booster. So that was only step one. Share your feelings. That's what this channel is all about. We can share our feelings when we get together for coffee, when we get together for the scoop. We can share with this community because we're all nice people. And we have a lot of kindness in this group. It's really bad. Really bad. It's not really bad, it's really wonderful. But then Jonah's third thing is spread love. And did you see all the hearts that were going up on the live, the crowns, all the beautiful comments, not on the live, but in the comments to each other, and the love and the prayers and the suggestions. I'm not going to say advice because, you know, I don't like advice. I can give it, but don't ever give it to me because I'll have one of those hissy fits again and embarrass myself. So spread the love, to receive love, give love freely and without expectations. I think that's kind of the hard part. If you need love and you want love and you give love or do some nice gesture and you don't see any response, you may feel disappointed. But I don't think in this group, because this group, we don't get angry. We don't get last night. Did I do those before? I probably did. But you know, when we first started this, I told you that I was going to try and stick this out, and you would see the whole aging process right before your very eyes. And that's what's happening. If I showed all those 3 videos once more, I know I didn't show the squirrel in the birdhouse. I'm not sure about the others. Because you know what I have to do? They come in the email. But anyway, so if you saw them before, you'll see them again. They're awful cute. And I don't know, I'm just tickled with you. With you. And we're going to have a cuppa. Is that what they call having a cup of tea in the UK? or France or Australia maybe. I'll tell you some of the things that I'm working on that will take me a little while, but I haven't got a real response on the videos, the introductory videos of who you are and stuff. And I'm almost having second thoughts about that, but the count's out. I don't know. Because somebody scared me with introducing a virus into my computer. Well, I've been doing those pictures. You people aren't virus spreaders, are you? So, I have to just think about these things, because if I did get a virus, I'd be freaking out. Nobody told me what ants on a log is. You want me to tell you? I'm not going to tell you until the scoop. And then I'll tell you. But you'll probably already know. Someone will put it in the comments, and then it won't be any fun for me. I'm only kidding. I'm going to do another thing on addictions. You know why? Because I was fortunate enough to get this gigundo thing of Jelly Bellies. Look at how many are gone. This is 3 pounds of Jelly Bellies. What were they thinking? Don't they know that I just shovel them in like this? They're so good. I wish we were here. I'd spread them around. And I never did give you the cherry ice cream. Oh well. Maybe this afternoon. I got to make peach ice cream for my sisters when they're coming. So I've been trying to squeak in a little cleaning. It's more than a little cleaning, I'll tell you. I'm sort of pulling a few things away from the wall, and underneath them is pretty bad. With the dog and the cat and me, and it's pretty bad. And I'm using my old vacuum cleaner. Don't tell anybody. I'm using it because I want to make sure that I get a really deep clean, so that when I go over it, before my sisters come, it'll be cleaner. Who knows? I might not get the rest of my stuff done. It doesn't really matter, but somehow all of a sudden I'm motivated to do these things. They're probably the catalyst, but I don't feel like I'm really paranoid about how dirty my house is. There are worse things. My mother used to say you have to eat a peck of dirt before you die. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I want to see you at the Scoop tonight. If you can come. If you can't, I know that how can you come to two videos? 2 social events. Nobody's been talking about what they're snacking on this afternoon thing. But people have been fighting over chairs, and they're remarking about that. First one here, I got a chair. Someone's stole my chair. It's all in fun, because we are kids at heart. Oh, here we go, another lecture. It's inconceivable to me that we used to dance the twist. I can see myself, when I was talking about the polka the other day, I can see myself twirling around. We were like going around the whole room. Did anyone else like the polka? Anyway, goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, board meeting. And I'll see you for the Scoop. And tomorrow night I'm going to give you some more questions, because I need answers to these questions. Goodbye. You're very important to me.